the Big Bang Theory narrative of young Sheldon may profit from a significant trend that the Goldbergs and that 90s show have already capitalized on. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. If we're starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Young Sheldon may have difficulties while attempting to retell the Big Bang Theory's past, but it may also benefit from the time setting by following a current sitcom fad. Family comedy, like the Goldbergs and that 70s show, thrive on nostalgia. Many excellent family sitcoms depend on a warm feeling of nostalgia to anchor their tales, while other family comedies exploit modern surroundings. Young Sheldon is not an exception, as the plot of the popular comedy is set decades before that of the Big Bang Theory spin-off. There are further distinctions between The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon besides the fact that the former is a prequel. The Big Bang Theory is a multi-camera hangout comedy, whereas Young Sheldon is a single-camera sitcom without a laugh track. These alterations have made Young Sheldon's erratic Big Bang Theory history seem more self-serious than it did on the previous season. Though Young Sheldon is by no means gloomy, the spin-off does tackle more serious storylines than the light-hearted The Big Bang Theory, such as George S.R.'s possible adultery, Mary's issues with the church, and Georgie's chaotic personal life related. Young Sheldon uncovered the saddest scene from The Big Bang Theory in secret, even though Young Sheldon is set in the past. This isn't something the show often capitalizes on. Young Sheldon's hazy reminiscence isn't connected to a specific era. As contrast to the Goldbergs, Young Sheldon hasn't capitalized on the current 90s nostalgia craze as a result. Young Sheldon's heroine Mimo is prepared to bring small-town Texas into the 1990s, despite the disapproval of other, more traditional locals, as seen by the Basic Instinct storyline in Season 6. Analyzing the cultural changes of the 1990s might provide Young Sheldon Season 6 with a lot of nostalgic comedy, similar to how the Goldbergs considers the many fads of the 1980s. Similar to the 1980s, there are many identifiable cultural items from the 1990s that people will immediately recognize. Furthermore, given that The Big Bang Theory debuted 16 years ago in 2007, it is likely that the audience for the previous program was young people growing up in the 1990s. Therefore, although Young Sheldon concentrates on Georgie's depressing Big Bang Theory past and the struggles George S.R. had to endure while Sheldon was a youngster, this spin-off may be reflecting on peculiar 90s occurrences and reaping the same nostalgia that gave rise to that 90s show. Popular hypothesis by Patrick Metzger states that nostalgia runs in 30-year cycles, which explains why that 90s show premiered in 2023 and the Goldbergs debuted in 2013. The proliferation of 80s-themed reboots and remakes in the previous 10 years, as well as the more current wave of 90s revivals, may both be attributed to viewers' preference for nostalgic material that looks back on their past around 30 years after the original events transpired. Even if this tactic isn't always effective, it's preferable to Young Sheldon taking advantage of George S.R.'s probable unemployment in Season 6. Therefore, Young Sheldon need to focus more of its tales on what it was like for children to grow up in the 1990s. This strategy may help soften the harsher storylines of the Big Bang Theory spin-off, just as it did for the Goldbergs 10 years ago. Furthermore, this pattern would guarantee that Young Sheldon revived happy memories for the main audience of the Big Bang Theory.